Smile for me. Show me that smile. Yeah, okay. Ooh. All right, you chew with those teeth. They look vintage. All you need is a pair of this! Veneers! Flashbanged you with my veneers. Blinding light. You thought that was a near-death experience when I smiled at you with my flashbang veneers. I don't know when and how it happened, but one day, everybody woke up and decided that normal teeth were for peasants. That day was definitely somewhere between one Love Island season and another. Having composite veneers that looked like they were installed during a power outage became a casting requirement. Show me your teeth. Oh! Go to a dentist that'll replace those teeth with bright white LEDs that you can't switch off. Veneers used to be a Hollywood secret. Now, you can get them from a TikTok course, a Miami motel room, or from a lady called Princess Cuts, who tours the country doing dental work in Airbnbs and hands you merch on your way out. Some people go to Turkey for a beautiful vacation. Others go for a root canal and a smile so bright it could guide planes. It could guide your flight back from Turkey. You, my little laser beam. You got results like this, and oh my god. How did this happen? Well, apparently the craze for veneers started in 2020. Remember that year? The dreadful year of the pandemic, when everyone was on Zoom 24/7 and all you could see, front row seats to your own mouth. You saw what people saw. Your mouth move while you spoke. Apparently that was enough for some people to book consultations. Veneers! The idea of getting veneers skyrockets. And there's also a National American survey of 2,000 people where 76% said that your smile is the best physical trait in making a first impression. Where there's an insecurity, there's a market. There's someone there waiting to monetize it. Enter Veneer Tech, who looked at dentistry and thought, you said college? No, I learned that on YouTube. Yes, YouTube. So if you want to get lash extensions, you call a lash technician. If you want to get your nails done, acrylics, you call a nail tech. You want to get veneers? You want to fix those chopped teeth? Call a Veneer Tech. They call themselves V-Techs. Sounds more like a gaming headset than a medical title. But it's not a medical title. It's fake. It's a medical title that somebody decided to create one day. You know those people who sell courses online? Well, somebody woke up one day and said, I'm gonna pretend to sell you a Veneer Tech course, basically. Melanie here was scammed into being a Veneer Tech, a job that doesn't exist.
This is my story time on how I got scammed into becoming a Veneer Tech and lost, I wanna say $2,500, but overall, it was like a $5,000 investment.
She tells her story, how she spent $5,000 to become a Veneer Tech, only to end up getting sued by the dental, medical board of her state, which is, well, thank God, right? Thank God somebody came up to you and said, that's not right.
I got sued today by North Carolina Board of Dental Examiners.
Dentistry Board of what? What is that? I'm a Veneer Tech.
And she's like, ma'am, that's the industry you were in.
I got an inbox one day and I received a message from this guy named Devon. Veneers, I've always wanted veneers.
So he invites her to get her veneers done, essentially, by him. He was also a Veneer Tech, and he offers that she become one too. He'll teach her.
I sent him the $500, I locked in my slot for the class, and then the day of, I drove down to Atlanta to do this class, and I paid him the rest of the $2,000 in hand cash.
She pays for his course. She buys the materials required for it off Amazon, which are dental equipment, basically. First day of class, watch YouTube.
Then he started playing YouTube videos. So, sir, I just paid you $2,500 for you to sit up here, give us some breakfast, and start playing YouTube videos for us.
Day 2, operate. They give her an actual human being, an actual patient who was sat there in that motel room that she was working in.
This is lit. We really about to learn and learn how to do veneers. And then he made it seem like it was something as simple as doing nails. He just made it seem like it was very simple.
According to an NBC report, her total hands-on time, practical work that she had done was 25 minutes before she was rewarded a certificate to become a Veneer Tech.
I was probably in the person's mouth for about 25 minutes.
Her experience, how many years of experience? Years! What's 25 minutes in years? They're in good hands. I've done this for 25 minutes before. Imagine being tricked into dental school. She said she was scammed into it, right? So you were scammed into dental school, but it's 2 days long and takes place in a motel. This one's not the smartest cookie, I'm afraid. But after 48 hours of training between the YouTube videos and the 25 minutes of practical work, they're certificated. By who? I don't know. I can make a certificate right now. I can call myself an astronaut. That's what they essentially did as Veneer Techs. But they were out and about now, all across the country, grinding down enamel like it's a Pinterest DIY project. 2-day course, a fake certificate, and a real human mouth. Half of that course was to sit down and watch YouTube. I love YouTube. You do too, right? Obviously. This isn't college though. Yeah, you could learn a thing or two off YouTube for sure. Like a cake recipe, and how to change a tire. How to operate in a human mouth, I think you're pushing it. I don't think so. As a veneer tech, you have clients. Yeah, that's the scary part. This one lady was scammed into getting her veneers done by a Veneer Tech that actually goes by Veneer Fairy.
She goes by the name of Veneer Fairy. I reached out to her and I told her I wanted to hire her for her services.
And they do it in hotel rooms, you guys. Imagine you walk into a Holiday Inn. They're giving you a tour at the hotel. They're like,
This is the breakfast area. There's some dental work going on in that room. We have your rooms down the
so yes, people are being recruited into dentistry like it's a pyramid scheme. You start as a student, you think that this is like being an aesthetic technician, you know, like nail or eyebrows or lashes. Next thing you know, you're giving somebody irreversible nerve damage for the flash deal price of $400. I'm not exaggerating, this is happening. Meet Princess Cuts, the star of the movement. This is her business name, Princess Cuts. Princess cuts your teeth down until you got pegs. She and her crew tour the United States. She gives the people Hollywood smiles for $1,500 only. What a deal. Hands you merch after surgery. Nothing screams, I'm a professional like a t-shirt, like celebrities. You got people in her comments like, when are you coming to? When are you coming? Just screaming out, begging for dates. Tell us the dates. When is the next tour dropping? I just Googled her just to see what kind of like work she does. You know, the teeth, her deals. And I just discovered she's also a tax accountant, a dress seller, a boutique owner, and at one point, I don't know, a life coach. Basically, she's a Swiss Army knife. Okay, of bad decisions. An entrepreneur of chaos. This is her tax. It's tax season. Tax, bond, insurance, experienced tax preparers. It's insane. Mam's a hustler. All right, she's just trying to get that back at any cost. If your dentist, who's never been to dental school, by the way, also files your taxes and then sells you a prom dress on your way out, that's not a clinic. It's a fever dream. But this whole Veneer Tech thing is not even funny, okay? It's not a fever dream, it's a nightmare. A lot of these technicians publicly say on their social medias that they're not dentists because they believe that being a Veneer Tech is a thing. They tell you that they're self-taught. Like here, Princess Cuts and her team talking about their haters. You haters, all you haters. Probably talking about the dental, like the board of dentistry. Haters. People are telling her, wait, are you even qualified? Hater. Someone goes,
In all seriousness, if you truly love what you do, why not go to school to be a real dentist and learn this the right way?
mind you, she's in scrubs, I guess to give the illusion of a real dentist. She comments, replying, saying,
Really been thinking about it.
Yo, this is crazy. This is an illegitimate service. You know, this is dangerous and illegal in almost every state and every country in the world. You're not allowed to provide medical services if you are not a medical professional. But these veneer techs believe that if they just say that they're not dentists, that automatically protects them. But that's just not true at all. It still falls under negligence. If veneers are placed on teeth that have active cavities where you're just covering over an untreated dental infection that you're not qualified to notice nor treat, it could cause serious complications down the line. You know, it could lead to septic shock, an infection that spreads into the blood. It could lead to infections in your heart valves. These are fatal complications. But they make clients sign consent forms thinking that that makes them legally bulletproof. Ma'am, consent form? You're not taking them on a field trip. Okay, this is a felony. So one victim is Mrs. Saya Perry. She had her teeth done by Mrs. Cuts on one of her tours, and it's been reported by the patients that it was allegedly a painful procedure, that the technicians surprisingly did not have proper tools. What do you mean? They're not dentists? No, the only thing that they and dentists have in common are the scrubs that they wear to give you the illusion of dentistry. And also, allegedly, some patients had to remove their veneers that same day they got them done because they were so improperly done, they caused so much pain and inflammation. There's patients that had to go to actual dentists to try and repair the damage caused by these improper dental procedures and had to pay up to $50,000. This is a life lesson, okay? Don't just let anybody into your mouth, bestie. It's serious stuff. Enamel on your teeth, the things that these veneer techs remove, it does not regenerate. You've exposed the tooth. You may end up needing a root canal. They could literally compound the damage even by placing the veneer on top of an infected tooth. They can cause irreversible deformations. They can cause abscesses, a loss of tooth, worse cavities, irreversible deformations. Repairing that damage costs a lot more than just getting it done in the first place at a professional dentist. But it's not like I need to tell you, you shouldn't go to a dentist that isn't a dentist, right? I mean, it is illegal. You don't need to hear that from me, right? You know better, right? A real dentist who spends about 4 to 8 years in university studying dentistry learns your teeth to micrometric precision. They learn to analyze your mouth, the bite, the proportion of your teeth, the health of your gums, your bones, and accordingly, they suggest solutions. Veneer techs don't know any of that shit. Overbite? What is that? Do you want a prom dress with your veneers or not? That's princess cuts. We'll fix your missing tooth. We'll give you a blowout. I'm sorry, I'm not over the fact that Princess Cuts does your taxes too. Like, that's... I wish I could say this was the worst of it, but wait till you see what people do at home for veneers. So just like how you can buy yourself a Lego kit to build at home, you can get yourself a veneers kit to create your own smile, like an arts and crafts project. Obviously, like most DIYs, it's got that expectations versus reality aspect to it. It's like the memes, you know, what you thought you were gonna make when you bought that crochet bee versus what you made. Well, it's the same really, but with your teeth. Yeah, with what people notice first when they look at you, your smile. This is one guy melted plastic pelts to create a mold, stuck it on his teeth, shows you the, you wanna walk out like that? You gonna walk around the city with those on? This guy using moldable plastic. They're like little hacks, I guess. You know, he has a missing tooth, probably doesn't feel confident with that, so he's tried to use moldable plastic to fill in the gap.
Once you get a good little bar of this stuff, you just press it right into that mold, then you take it, and you bite it. Make sure it's like pretty straight. Don't worry, it gets better.
There's also this one DIY product, 3D printed veneers. She stuck them on her teeth, but they stuck out. She tried to put them in her mouth, but they put themselves out. Those are the veneers she's got on. They're like horse teeth. So I get you're on a budget, but don't waste your money on this. Save it. Save up. Don't spend it on trash. Save it and get a proper dental fix. Calling this budget friendly is like saying, do you want a tattoo sleeve? You want to cover your whole arm in tattoos? It's expensive. Just buy a tattoo sleeve. Look how good my tattoos look. You know, it's not the same thing. It doesn't even give the facade of the same thing. It tells me something completely different. It just looks worse. It's botched. You need perfect pearly white teeth. Bam! Beam of white on your mouth. But it's all under the guise that it's budget friendly. And a lot of people make mistakes because it's budget friendly. I agree. This shit can get very, very expensive. But it is also your body, which is priceless. Imagine going to a veneer tech, letting her cut your teeth down to chugs. You look like a sea creature with your teeth completely trimmed down like that. That's irreversible. The discount stuff might not be the best for your health, and it could cost a lot more to fix the damage. Some people fly overseas for a discount smile. A lot of people fly to get their teeth done on a trip to Turkey. Budget friendly. But Turks, I guarantee you, don't even get their teeth done at these clinics where these people are going. This is where it stops being funny, really. Not that it was with Princess Cuts and Co. Because for a lot of people, this next part just doesn't end well. So the term turkey teeth became a thing in 2021. That's when suddenly all these Love Island influencers dipped on a trip and came back looking like a Barbie bit into an LED strip. They smile and you get flashbanged. You can hear their teeth click when they talked.
The day I had to go with my gut feeling. What's the best decision for me?
Obviously, okay, there are very highly skilled professionals in the medical field in Turkey. There's a reason why it's one of the top destinations for you to get anything done, medically or cosmetically. There's a very high volume of medical tourism there for good reason. But when that happens, like in any industry, really. You start getting a range, you know. You got from poor to medium to high quality. Price ranges that fit the entire market. So many clinics popping up, many more medical tourists showing up, and reputations just stop mattering as much anymore. Some clinics, in my opinion, arguably, started treating cosmetic surgery like a mass-producing factory. You want to get your nose done? Oh, slap the same Barbie upturned nose on everyone's face. Everybody gets the same nose. Copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy. Shit, this one's a dude. Oh, he's not gonna like this. What did he say in his consultation? He wanted a bigger nose. Copy paste. It's the same with teeth. Okay, it's not a one size fits all. You can't just slap on the same veneers on everybody's face. They're very, 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 very custom. So when you end up getting results like this, and they just feel unnatural. At first, it looked like a deal of a lifetime. Full mouth of veneers for only 3,000 pounds at an actual dentist? What? These are what prices the Veneer Techs were asking for. This is an actual clinic. If you're from the UK, what is 3,000 pounds is what? Enough for a filling. Right? I don't know. You tell me. So, you know, people would fly out thinking they'd come back home with Hollywood smiles. Alicia Watts travels to Turkey in her 20s in 2017. She paid between $3,000, $3,500 for a full set. She was delighted at the results. She came back to the UK. Her dentist then told her, wow, this is a pretty solid job. 5 years later, the problems began. The infections that were not treated, constant pain, and the threat of her actually losing her teeth because there was a huge plaque buildup underneath the crowns that they placed.
Well, fix it. Sure, but we don't use that material here that you did over there, so we can't cover the cost.
NHS can't cover the cost. She'd end up having to pay for it all over again, which she couldn't afford. What the scary thing is, it looked like a successful procedure, but it wasn't. It was hidden for 5 years. Jack James is a British model, also 3,000 pounds. At first it looked great. A few months later, the problems began. Bleeding, hurting, oozing, bad breath. Those are not good signs. He had a serious infection, and the cost to repair it, 20,000 pounds. He contacts the Turkish clinic. They refused to take responsibility for it and told him if
You want us to redo it, that'll be 45,000 pounds.
But then the great shock for Jack was after removing the veneers and seeing what his teeth looked like, how they were shaved down. I mean, yeah, that is part of the procedure, but this was extreme and the maintenance was extreme. You know, he'd keep losing a crown when he was brushing his teeth. Like, it was just, I don't know. Is it worth it? Because I'm so put off. Sorry, I keep spitting on you. It's okay, because we're all dentists here. Then there's this couple, Jade and Kelly, who thought they were saving 15,000 pounds by getting their teeth done abroad. They described their procedure as a bloodbath. Whoa. They looked like horse teeth when they were done. They went back to the UK. They tried to contact the clinic. They told them
Just take some ibuprofen, just relax.
They said the procedure ruined their life. After 4 months of a lot of pain, nobody in the UK would treat them. They said that you would need to go get that fixed at where you had gotten it done. I'm not sure why, but they would have to travel back to get it done and pay again, I guess. Lisa Martin wanted to get 26 veneers in time for her son's wedding. She wanted something a little less invasive. They shaved down 70% of her tooth because that's what it is. That's what I mean by mass producing. I feel like a lot of these things happen at the same clinics, which are not the majority, you know, but these clinics do exist. They don't care. They don't listen to you. They're like, okay, whatever.
You come here, we're gonna give you the results. You don't know what the procedure's gonna look like.
She lost 12.7 kilograms as a result of not being able to eat with her teeth. She said it felt like fangs in her mouth. Extremely sensitive nerves because they shaved it down. A lot of people are saying if they had known that was going to be this invasive, they would never have gone. You know, they just opt for composites. I mean, you've got contestants on Love Island like Jack Fincham and others who actually did the same procedure, and they all say the same thing. They all say, if I had known, I wouldn't have done it. Do you not like check what it means? Are you deceived? I'm not sure. I don't understand. But a BBC documentary showed that some of these clinics where people fly out to actually conduct unnecessary, extremely invasive procedures. There's a lot of less aggressive options out there for you that aren't shaving down your teeth, your healthy teeth, mind you, your teeth that have nothing wrong with them. That is crazy. But there are cases that were fatal. You guys. There's Richard Malloy, Aaron Callan, Declan Carson, there's Tony Rogers. There are obviously reputable centers, but there are also a lot of underground clinics the governments are actually warning about.
But you think this still happens abroad?
No, sweetie, sit down. It doesn't only happen abroad. This happens wherever you are. Even when you go to a professional in the US, you could still end up in a dentist chair in a hotel room. Welcome to Miami, the land of veneers, BBLs, and zero background checks. This is Taylor Brzezinski. At only 19 years old, she paid tens of thousands of dollars for a luxury smile transformation. An elite, hyper-exclusive Miami dentist. He had the office, he had the Instagram, he had the whole aesthetic. What he didn't have was the license. Taylor walks out with bleeding gums, swollen face, and a mouth that looked like it had been through a few natural disasters. When she tried to contact him, he ghosted her. The dentist literally vanished.
And then they end up switching the names and going MIA so you can't find them.
He didn't block her, he just relocated. What do you mean he relocated? He got up and he left the state. Imagine paying 10 grand for a smile and then your dentist leaves the state like a fugitive. She posted videos crying. She couldn't eat, she couldn't sleep, and her gums would start bleeding every time she brushed.
It's completely uneven. I don't even know what the fuck. I've just paid $30,000.
I felt for her. They suggested, girl, you should sue him. She would. If she could find him. He deleted his website, changed his number, and dipped. He's gone. Can't find him if you Googled him. The wild part, Miami is full of these kinds of stories. Pop-up cosmetic procedures, cosmetic dentists, estheticians that rent a suite by the day, facial reconstruction, whatever you want, they dip. At this point, it feels like going to professionals doesn't mean anything. You could still be putting yourself at risk if you don't put the right research, into whatever procedure you're planning on doing. And what really kills me is that they're all selling the same dream. Perfect smile, the new you, the new boost in confidence. No one mentions what happens after. Like, these people are dumbfounded. A lot of people are throwing themselves into these things, and some not doing the research on the person who's gonna do the procedure. They go to Veneer Tech. Others go to clinics, but they don't do research on the procedure itself. They don't really end up knowing. Yes, of course, it's the responsibility of the doctor to share with you what could happen after. But a lot of the times this doesn't happen, and your health is in your hands. So it is up to you to also research and to find out what could happen after. The pain, the potential infections, the cost of fixing it, that could triple. Considering that this is a procedure, once it's done, you're not undoing it. You can only cover it with more porcelain. Pretend it was worth it. A lot of celebrities regret their Hollywood smiles. Imagine that. Many are saying they didn't even know it would take this much maintenance. How exhausting it was. It's kind of tragic, really. You've got people destroying their real teeth when they really didn't need to chase fake teeth and then ending up with neither. Not the real teeth that were perfectly healthy and fine, nor the fake ones that were very poorly done. What's happening? There is a clinic in London that apparently offers like a normal facial, an oral facial. They literally treat the mouth like it's skincare. You sit there and they exfoliate your gums and massage your inner cheeks. They apply serums, rub oils, and tell you to relax your molars, please. It's a spa day for your mouth. A deep clean for all that shit that falls out your mouth. They're calling it the skinification of dental care. This is all from a Vogue article that was talking about the future of dentistry, the future of cosmetic oral care. What will our teeth look like in 2045? Apparently the answer is expensive.
Like more than now?
Yes. Stem cell regeneration for your gums, zero prep installation, and ultra thin feather veneers. Just make dental care more affordable, please. Thank you. You can keep the feather thin veneers. What if instead of turning dental care into the next consumerist frenzy, okay, you made it a little bit more attainable, a little less exclusive, so it doesn't cost $15,000 to get a nice set of teeth? I don't know, it's the same narrative with everything, everywhere. We destroy ourselves, chasing fake beauty. The elite swoop in, they reinvent it, and they sell it back to you as wellness. It happens with everything. It's happened with coconut water, for sake. It is poetic though, because we're heading to a future where you wouldn't be able to tell who even has veneers, because perfection looks so real. That's the irony of it all, really, all that bleaching, the shaving, the teeth down, the gluing, the flying across continents. Out with all of that. Now we're just trying to look human again, not to have a flashbang grenade of a veneer set in your mouth every time you open it. You launch a beam of blinding light at people. No, the idea in the future is to make it look so real, before you got the veneers. Imagine that. Show me that smile. Oh, there it is. Yeah. The human one. Not the one you bought, not the one you glued, not the one you got on a clearance sale in another country. The human one that makes you, you. Look, I'm not trying to be preachy and icky. Okay, I'm just saying that this is actually where the trend is heading, all right? It's heading back to your normal teeth, your human teeth, really, you know? Not these uncanny valley teeth that look like they're still buffering. Kind of like the eyes. Remember the eyes? These teeth to me are the same thing as those eyes. I'm not saying if you have a train wreck of a mouth, like don't go and get it fixed. Obviously, by all means, do that. What I'm saying is when you have a beautiful, full, nice, healthy set of teeth and you shave them down to get veneers, what the f are you doing? Somewhere along the way, fixing yourself has become replacing yourself. Those teeth that are very normal, that look very nice and healthy. They're not perfect, you know, they're not gleaming, blinding. They're not veneers, they're not perfect, composite like Hollywood smile teeth. My teeth, for example, I don't think they're terrible. I'm sure as hell not gonna shave them down and put veneers. A lot of people think they should, because they have those tiny imperfect edges, that weird overlap maybe, a slight tint perhaps, a little gap. Oh, God forbid a little gap. But that part is what's yours though. I think you should keep your enamel, personally. You're gonna need your enamel to smile at how stupid all this is. I'm like a little conflicted, you know, frankly. Not about my opinion, which is that I don't think these are nice teeth. Like, they look too artificial, frankly. And I'm sure there are good options, by the way, where you can get these done and they look really realistic or nice or whatever. Of course, there's maintenance and all that involved, that risk and all the effort you have to put in. That's up to you at the end of the day, but still. What are your thoughts, bestie? Let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts are. That was pretty much it. Let me know, do you have veneers? Have you thought about getting them? Maybe you should opt for less invasive procedures. Do your research, all right? Do a lot of research. Ask so many different clinics. Go get different opinions. Bestie, you have a body. You get a chance. I don't want to freak you out or anything. I just want you to tread with care. Your body is priceless. Treat it that way. Don't just jump at the first thing and end up botched. No. Don't get anything done out of Veneer Tech. They're not a real job. Those things are not real. But yeah, that was pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, do drop a big thumbs up. I'm gonna go get veneers.